Angelica, or either one.
And Angelica.
Angelica. Okay, I'll try to do that. Okay. To do this symptom list, there's the first section. We need to find some things that you like to do, but if you have any, the things you like to do, but you don't really feel you can do them 100% anymore. So maybe, for example, it could be like dancing. You said dancing before, so maybe like dancing for 4 hours, for example. You think, oh, that's not good for me, or maybe being social, like going to a party with 10 new people or something like that. So I don't know if you have any activities that you feel where you feel you cannot do as well as you should be able to.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. And just for a little bit of inspiration, the person that I did this with before, he chose an evening concert for 5 hours, and then he chose 2 days in a summer house with his family, and he chose 6 hours of studying, and then a bus trip in the afternoon in peak time was very bad for him, and then playing table tennis for 2 hours. So those were all activities that he felt he could not do 100%. And when you think about these activities, the best thing is if you can find some activities. So the idea is that you should after we have the activities, you need to give me a number between 0 and 10, and 0 is I cannot do that. It's absolutely impossible. There's no way I can do it. And 10 is no problem at all. Let's just go and do it right away. And if we can find some activities that are very, very low today, but you should be able to get to a 10 if you don't have any symptoms, then those activities are the best. If they're, for example, if you don't go out anymore, because I cannot do that, then that would be good. But yeah, let's try with the first one if you have one already.
Okay, yes. Well, the first thing is my yoga practice. I was practicing and teaching a lot.
Yeah, so teaching yoga, I think sounds good. And how long how long would be really challenging? Like if we say like 4 hours, like I don't know, like a workshop, yoga workshop, 4 to 6 hours, maybe even. Is that something that, like, yeah, how does that sound as an activity, like teaching yoga for 6 hours?
Well, I in practicing and teaching, I in my normal times, I can spend 6 hours per day, no problem.
Yeah.
But now teaching has been hard for me, and because I can't moving very well, because sometimes like just raise my arms, it was hard, so I had to change, just talking, just giving the class talking, but not doing a lot of movement.
Okay. All right. Okay, so if we say teaching yoga for 6 hours, that sounds like a good activity. So if I say you have to do that right now, what would that be on a scale of 1 to 10? So 0 is it's absolutely impossible, and 10 is no problem at all. If you had to do this in half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah, well, if you have to do 6 hours of training right now, as the instructor.
Like maybe 3.
3. Okay, perfect. You get the idea now. All right, so that's one, and this is one, of course, which is 3 right now. But in the future, when you have no symptoms, it should go to a 10. So let's see if we can find another activity.
Well, my own yoga practice, yeah, exercise, or maybe some cardio or wherever. And
What
in this
about is there any social? Are there any social things that you feel you cannot do, like go out late at night, or maybe it could be reading a book. Some people have difficulty reading a book, especially if it's like a book about like a school book or university book. It could also be going to the cinema. Some people have trouble with that, or going to a cafe. Well, I don't know if you have problem with sound sensitivity, if there's too many
yes.
sounds. So some people don't like to go to shopping mall, for example. Or some people also don't like to drive a car for maybe 4 hours. Any of that you
Yes,
think?
well, I love to travel. And normally I'm really, really active when I travel, but in this moment I can't. I can't to get my own backpack, especially for a long time, and I can't walk quickly. And all the time I was walking quickly, and the light sometimes is too much for me.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Okay. Okay. So what about so you say also something with light. Um, um, I'm trying to find some very, very specific activities. So for example, teaching yoga for 6 hours, it's very specific. So for example, if we're looking at maybe the travel, I don't know, like driving like going to taking an airplane on your own. I don't know if that maybe like flying, going to the airport alone and taking an airplane to another place. I don't know if that's something that on your own, if that's something that you think you cannot do as well.
hmm well, um,
Hello.
zero.
Okay, you're back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I
Okay,
can hear you.
perfect, perfect.
Well, and for instance, alone, travel alone sometimes is hard. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, just walk.
Yeah.
Let me. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Um, yes, just walk is it's hard for me.
Walk or work?
Walk.
Walk.
Just
Okay. Okay.
walk.
Okay. So maybe like 2-3 hours of walk. 3 hours of walk.
Yes. For instance, if before I did 3 hours walking or 2 hours walking, now I can walk maybe 20 minutes
Yeah. Okay.
and
Okay. Okay. Okay.
slower.
So that's a really good activity because that's something that's really challenging for you right now. So if I say you have to walk for 3 hours and you have to like walk fast in a fast tempo, what number would you give that right now?
Mm, oof, two.
All right. Okay. Perfect. So as I said, we have 5 activities, but if it's difficult for us to find five, we can just stick with 3. What about like social gathering? What if you have to go to a restaurant with 10 new people that you have never met before?
Well, it's harder. Maybe. Do you want just the numbers
Yeah,
or?
if you think mainly I mainly want the numbers, definitely. But also I want some activities that are difficult for you now, but that you should be able to do perfectly in the future.
Yes, okay. This social thing, maybe if before was 10, today is like 3.
Yeah, okay. So I just put down 4 hours at restaurant with 10 new people. Okay. All right, perfect.
Okay.
What about um, what about to go to a shopping mall? I don't know if that's a problem for you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Maybe 4
Okay. Shopping mall for, let's say, 3 hours. How does that
or
sound?
3, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. 3. Okay, so we've got 4 activities now, and that's fine. So unless you have one last one that you want to include in this list.
One more activity.
Yeah, if you can think of one more.
Okay. Yes, concentration. For instance, write
Yeah. Okay.
in my computer.
Okay.
Um,
Writing at computer for 2 hours. Would that be challenging, or do we need more hours?
maybe 3.
Okay. So a 3. The number 2 hours is a number 3. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now we have something we can measure against. So of course, in the future when you're doing your program and all that, and you say, that's a 10 and 10 and 10 and 10, then we know you have done progress and that you're going in the right way. So the next thing is you need to give me your top 3 symptoms. So in the last week, what are the 3 worst symptoms? And we start with the worst symptom.
Okay. Dizziness. First. Sensation of short breath, like, and tight muscles.
Tired?
Tight.
Okay. And when you say tight muscles, do you experience it as a pain or as an inability to breathe, or
Inability to breathe, and it's a pain too.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now we get to the actual different symptoms, and first we have a lot of pain symptoms, and then we have some other symptoms such as tinnitus, or a problem with hearing, or problem with the jaw, and things like that. And you have to give again. You have to give from a 0 to 10, but this is the other way around. So 0, if I ask you what is the pain in the back of your head. And you say 0, it means I don't have any pain in the back of my head at all. And if you say 10, it means it's unbearable, I cannot stand it, it's horrible, 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 and it cannot get any worse. So from 0 to 10. And it's within the last 1 to 2 weeks. So we don't want to go back like 5 years ago, and it's also not only right now. So in the last 2 weeks, and it's some sort of average, what you feel it has been for the last 2 weeks. So the first one is pain in the back of the head.
5.
Yeah. And then pain behind the ear. 0, yes. And then pain in the temples.
3.
Yes. And pain in the forehead.
Maybe 4.
And if you want to go back and change some numbers, you can always do that. You just let me know.
Okay.
And then we have the pain on the top of the head.
No, 0.
Yes. And then we have pain in the back teeth.
Maybe 5.
Yes. And then we have pain in the jaw.
Jaw 4.
And then pain in the eyes.
Behind my eyes.
Sometimes it's behind the eyes.
Yes, like 7.
And then we have pain, sinus pain, so it's like inside here, between the eyes, like
here.
Yeah, so sort of like it's like inside the head, but like I cannot point because it's like it's in this
Maybe
area.
behind the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, all this area.
Yeah, like this area here, but not in the front, but inside the head.
Inside.
Yeah.
The head, especially the nose and eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe 7.
Yes. And then we have pain inside the ear.
Oh yes, like 10.
Okay.
Tinnitus, like the sound.
Well, actually, this one is pain, so how much it hurts. And in a little while, we have tinnitus or tinnitus.
No, you're right. Pain, maybe 2.
Yeah. And then we have pain in the throat.
It's not pain. Pain maybe 2.
And also, if there's any symptoms that that you don't think I have asked you about when we are finished, I know it can be a little bit difficult to remember. But if there is anything, you can just tell me, and I'll add that symptom as well. If something.
Okay.
And then we have pain in the chest.
Yes. Maybe 5.
And then we have pain.
6.
6, yeah. And then we have pain.
Yes, in my chest.
Yeah, and then pain in the neck.
And then maybe 9.
And then we have pain in the very upper back. So it's like this area here. And the next one, just so you know, because now I'm gonna go back down the back. So the first one is the upper back, and then I have one between the shoulder blades. Then I have one in the middle of the back, and then I have the lower back. So the first one is in the very upper back, so right below the neck.
Okay, 8.
And then we have between the shoulder blades.
Between my shoulders.
Shoulder blades, if you know where that is.
Shoulder.
It's all the way. It's all the way. It's all the way up in this area here.
In the muscles.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
And then we have in the middle of the back.
In the middle of the back, 3.
Yeah. And then we have the lower back.
The lower back, 3.
Okay. And then we have on the top of the shoulder.
Sorry?
On the top of the shoulder, so up here.
Maybe 7.
Yes. And then we have more on the side of the shoulder.
2.
Yes. And then we have pain in the upper arm.
5.
5, yes. And then we have pain in the lower arm.
0.
And then we have pain in the wrist and the hands.
0.
Okay. And then we have feeling disturbances in the arms. It can be feeling disturbances, it can be numbness or tingling, or the same kind of feeling if you've been laying on your arm and sleeping on your arm, so it's like numb. If you have any of that.
Okay, like maybe 3.
Yeah, and actually the first question is how much in the arm, and then next I need for the hands and fingers.
Okay, the arm maybe 4, and the hand maybe 3.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now we come to the various symptoms, and the first one is tinnitus or tinnitus.
Okay, 10.
Yes. All right. And then we have sensitivity to sounds.
Yes, 6.
And then we have sensitivity to light.
Maybe 8.
And then we have trouble swallowing. Or
Swallowing.
a sensation that you cannot swallow properly. So all the time maybe you feel like you have to swallow, but it's not working.
Okay, no, that is more with the air, with breath.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
But
more in inhaling. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, maybe 8.
Okay. So trouble swallowing is 0, and trouble inhaling is 8. Okay. All right. And then next we have watery eyes, so eyes that get tears without any reason.
I didn't understand very well.
Watery eyes. So if your eyes get tears, like you're crying, but there's no reason. So all the time you get tears out of your eyes.
Just like a reaction?
Yeah, they just come by themselves.
Not really. 0.
No? Okay, 0. And then the jaw. So mechanical issues with the jaw. It can either be like your jaw goes like this, or your bite is not matching, or it can be like your jaw is clicking. So some sort of
No, 0.
no. And then nausea.
Maybe 4.
And then we have dizziness and balance disturbances.
Oh yes, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Not 10 all the time, but yeah.
And then irritation in the eyes. So it can be like your eyes are itchy, or it can be feel like there's something in your eyes all the time.
Yes, sometimes I feel something inside, maybe 4.
And then we have one called droop. We've got around 10 more that we need to do. So the next one is droopy eyelids, and this is like your eyelids keep wanting to fall down.
Well, because I'm feeling tired, but no, I don't think.
Okay, you say 0.
0.
Yeah, and then we have irritation inside the nose, as if there's something in the nose that is
0.
Yeah, and then trouble turning the head. So
difficult to move, to turn the head.
Yeah, like it hurts if you put your head over your shoulder.
Yeah, maybe 8.
8?
Or 7.
Yeah. And then we have visual disturbances. So it can be like the sentences. If you're reading, you see one sentence, but it looks like 2, or it can be blurred, or you cannot focus, or something like that.
Yes. 8 or 7.
7, yeah. And then a sensation of living in jelly, or living in a dream.
Oh yeah, my God.
Like the world is not real.
Yes, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have Yeah, we're gonna skip those two. No, actually, let's do it. The stomach. Do you have any stomach problems?
Yes, recently a little bit like gastritis.
Yeah. So any kind of pain in the stomach?
Yes, maybe six
Yeah.
or five.
Okay.
Five.
Say 5. Okay. All right. That's good. And then we have the last 4 symptoms, and the first one is inability to concentrate. Difficult to
Oh
concentrate.
yeah. Yes, maybe 7.
Yes. And then we have inability to sleep.
The last days, maybe 4, 5, 4,
4. Yeah.
5.
5. And then we say stress. So if you feel stressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 8.
Yes. And then the last one is that you feel tired or a lack of energy. You don't have any energy and you feel tired.
Yeah, 9.
All right. Okay, perfect. So we got you. We got you now recorded here in the symptom list. So I'm going to stop the video